People seem to discredit any information not proven by scientific studies or validated by someone in a white coat. In your studies, have you found that science supports the teachings of metaphysics? If so, please provide an example.
Okay, so metaphysics for me is the most amazing study, and just to break it down, what is metaphysics? Metaphysics is what is going on at the very, very smallest level of physics. Science, I believe science chases metaphysics. Science has come about to try to understand metaphysics and not the other way around. Science has been there investigating how things work for many, many years. And there are many things that were unknown and still remain unknown that science is still trying to catch up with. But what I have found interesting is that indigenous groups, what they would call primitive groups, actually have a better handle on metaphysics and how that works than science. And science is really just catching up with things that indigenous groups have known for years and have been doing for years. Science is trying to figure out, okay, how do they do that? Science is still trying to figure out how the pyramids were constructed. Science still has not figured that out. Now, metaphysics in terms of how the mind, for example, can influence reality is something that science is still trying to figure out. But all the fairy tales, all the stories have always spoken about metaphysicians, people who are capable of making miracles happen. For those people who are biblically inclined, Jesus was a metaphysician. He was able to command reality, do the things that they told, that defied the physical realities. And science is still catching up to that. Science still can't explain how a man can walk on water. Science still cannot explain how someone can turn water into wine. But we do know that there are people who did it in the past, and there are people now who still can do it. They're probably not very well known, and people probably still will say, oh, that's fake news. But we do know that there are people whose minds are powerful enough to bend reality, right? In fact, as we advance and people understand the mind and the brain, they're understanding more and more of the capabilities of people's minds. So science is still trying to understand why we have a brain and we only use 10% of it in terms of its capability. Science is still trying to understand how these humans in the past have taken a metal spoon and bent it just with the power of the mind. Science is still trying to understand how people are able to start fires physically with just a thought, right? So for those people who only believe in science, I think it is erroneous to do that. I think we absolutely must dwell within the realm of understanding that there are possibilities outside of the physical, and there are capabilities that we as humans are able to trigger as a result of our mind, and just be open to that possibility. In terms of metaphysics and healing, there are people who believe in the power of prayer. It's real. It is a technology. Prayer is a technology. Prayer is an energy source. And people have successfully, centuries after centuries, been able to direct the force called prayer towards situations and change the outcome. That's metaphysics. And that is something that science still has not been able to figure out. So I do, however, believe that there is a beautiful convergence right now, more than ever before, between science and metaphysics and spirituality. And it's something that is in process. So we just watch.
Let me hear you say mountain, mountain.